Alright, what is up there guys, this is Cobb, and in this here Hearthstone video we're going to do something just a little bit different. This is of course part of our free-to-play slash beginner's guide to just getting started on Hearthstone. In this one we're basically not even going to be playing any games. I found that in the past few episodes, focusing too much on just playing games, not giving enough just basic information that's going to be really helpful to starter players. So this video is going to be like a catch-all for all the things that we've missed so far. I've got a little note on my second monitor so that I don't miss anything. Make sure that we're actually getting all the fucking information that you guys need right across to you. I gotta be showing mouse in this recording, one sec. Alright, so as you can see we have a few decks already constructed here. We got rid of some of them because we already got the character to level 10, but once you've got all of your characters to level 10, you can see we've got Mage to level 10, we've got Druid to level 10, Priest level 10. We've still got Rogue and Shaman, and I think one or two more to go. Once all those are level 10, I'm pretty sure that you just get a 100 gold cash injection. What should you be spending that on? That's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. We're going to be focusing on the kind of stuff that you should be crafting. Good basic cards that you can include in most of your decks when you're first starting out. And the kind of cards that you should be saving up for to craft basically with the crafting system. So we're going to go into that a little bit. Might have a quick look at adventures as well and which kind of adventures are required for certain decks, that kind of stuff, because we haven't really covered deck building either, and what kind of decks are just best to go for early on, so we're going to go into that kind of stuff as well. But for now, crafting stuff. So press the crafting button down here. How do you get crafting dust? Well, you can get it through arena rewards, but we don't really want to be touching arenas just yet. Main way that you're going to be getting crafting dust early on in the game is by right-clicking a card that you already have and pressing the disenchant button, like so. This is only a wisp. I don't care about it so much. It kind of just sucks as a card in general. I wouldn't recommend that you disenchant anything, really, until you start getting duplicates of cards. Oh! Hey, you know what? It just gave me 95 crafting dust for disenchanting a card for the first time. So hell, if you get like a really crappy card, you might just want to go ahead and disenchant it, actually. Just for the sake of getting 100 starting crafting dust. So for example now if I wanted to play a Druid, I could just go ahead and craft a couple of Wraths because this is a very good Druid card. Moreover though, I kind of just want to go over the neutral cards here and talk about ones that are very good that you should be including in most decks if possible, right? Acidic Swamp Ooze. Fucking put 2 of these in every single deck when you're first starting out. This card is actually that good that some people still run one of, like, run it as a one of, you know, run one copy of Acidic Swamp Ooze in their control decks, you know. It's just very good. Destroying your opponent's weapon is just such a fantastic effect. Even once you've got like all the cards in the game, that effect can just still be so sick, especially in the current meta where we have a lot of weapon classes, a lot of aggro decks that just like to rush face with weapons and use a lot of charge minions. Using Acidic Swamp Ooze is very good, even in the best of decks. So definitely be putting this in your basic ones, which are the high value mins. We got 3 drops, not that many great ones. Chillwind Yeti. This is a fucking fantastic one. We've already talked about this in a previous video a little bit, but 4 mana for 4 attack and 5 health is extremely good. Just like you get 3 mana cards when you eventually unlock them or unpack them or whatever, you can get 3 mana cards with 3 attack and 4 health. Very good. 5 drops with, 5 attack and 6 health. Just good stats all in all. And until you get better things to fill up the 4 slot in your decks, just running a couple of Chillwind Yetis is very good. Same thing with Sen'jin Shieldmaster. It's 1 less attack, but it is also a taunt. I definitely be running 2 of these in every single basic deck as well when first starting out. And we're almost at the end already. But Boulder Fist Ogre, it's kind of like the Yeti of 6 mana, right? 6 mana, 6/7 attack. Very good stats for a 6 drop, especially compared to all the other ones. You just gotta consider that comparing it to the other 6 drops here, Boulder Fist Ogre can attack and kill most of the 6 drops here and survive until the next turn. That's basically how you define if a minion has good stats and is a valuable one, basically. That's why Core Hound sucks, right? Played this thing out on 10-7. What's the chances that your opponent has no minions alive on the board going into 10-7? What's the chance that you don't have a spell that's going to deal like 3 or 4 damage and then they can use a little minion to trade into it? And you've just spent 7 mana for basically nothing. This is an example of a card that even though it can look really, really cool, you definitely don't want to be putting this in basically any deck ever. It's just not fucking good, alright? Okay. Oh, also Stormwind Champion is good in decks with lots of little guys. You can probably get away with running 2 of these guys in Paladin decks and Shaman decks, because your hero power actually summons, well, what you call a token, right? As a Shaman, you'd be summoning totems. As a Paladin, you'd be summoning dudes. You'd be summoning little 1/1 guys, you know. And it just has natural synergy with a big card like this. So, even though all the cards that we just went over aren't that good, apart from the Ooze, really, in almost all constructed decks that are really, really refined, when you're first starting out, these cards are just a really, really good place to start, right? Now, what cards do you want to be crafting? What cards do you want to be crafting? Because eventually, when you start to build up your dust supply, because you've been opening packs for months and months, you know, working your way up, collecting what cards you can, chances of you getting the legendaries that you want are pretty low. So you actually want to be getting ready to disenchant the crap. Either crap that you don't use. I'd say don't disenchant anything for at least 2 or 3 months. At least 2 or 3 months, right? Really, really refrain from that shit, because you're going to end up disenchanting something that's actually good, right? We've all done it when we all first start in the game. I'm telling you, just try not to, okay? But when you eventually save up enough dust, it actually costs how much? 1600? 1600 dust to craft a legendary that you don't have, so. Good legendaries. I'm going to just try and pick out 3. Like a top 3 kind of thing. I've gone to 6 drops here because Sylvanas is around here. Sylvanas is an extremely good legendary. Where is she? I should just type in Sylv. There she is. Sylvanas Windrunner, and her text reads, well, she's a 6 mana 5/5, so not the best stats, but that's sort of a strength in her case, because Death Rattle, when she dies, she takes control of a random enemy minion. Not that good in aggro decks. You don't want to be running this in, you know, aggressive decks, or even decks that kind of fall into the mid-range category. But in control decks, decks that really flourish in the longer games, playing Sylvanas, extremely, extremely good. She's been a solid card for a long, long time now. I think it's a pretty safe bet to go ahead and craft her. I will say, though, that the old Ragnaros is like the go-to, right? Where the fuck is he? There he is. Ragnaros, 8 mana, 8/8. This is basically such a good card. That pretty much since Hearthstone's creation, it's been run in not the quickest aggressive decks, but in a lot of aggressive decks, a lot of mid-range decks, and a lot of late-game control decks. If you want to craft any legendary, Ragnaros is your guy, okay? 8 mana, 8/8, he can't attack, but at the end of your turn, he deals 8 damage to a random enemy. Now, it's not good in all situations, but if your opponent is sitting at like 6 health, and they play down a big taunt minion, and you can't bust through it, you can just run out Ragnaros, and there's a 50-50 chance that you just win the game. Because, you know, his 8 damage might just kill the taunt minion, it might hit your opponent in the face. He's very, very good to just plow out on an empty board, you know. If your opponent is just, has just mopped up all of your minions with a big AoE spell, you can just slam down Ragnaros, hopefully on curve, like on turn 8. And he just deals that big chunk of damage, and he needs to be answered as quickly as possible, you know, because if you leave Ragnaros up for like, honestly, if you leave Ragnaros up for like 3 or 4 turns, I don't want to say that you can't beat it. There are ways you can sort of counter Ragnaros without killing him, but if they can't remove it, you generally just begin to win the game as long as you don't die over the next couple of turns, you know. Really, really solid legendary. Which other ones are there, actually? Let's just have a look. Can I just, like, narrow it down? Another safe bet to craft as well is Tyrian Fordring, if you're going to go Paladin. Extremely good card, even in very aggressive decks. If you have this card, you just put it in Paladin decks, right? 8 mana, 6/6, it has Divine Shield, it has Taunt, and when it dies, it allows you to equip, just for free, a 5 attack, 3 durability Ashbringer weapon. Extremely, extremely fucking sick. Also, Ragnaros Lightlord is very, very good as well. Where the hell did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? There he is. At the end of your turn, restore 8 health to a damaged friendly character. Very, very good card. I think Tyrion's a bit more high priority though than this. Grommash Hellscream. Solid fucking warrior legendary. Ran in most warrior decks, I feel. Unless it's going to be aggressive again. Not insanely high priority because you can just run aggressive warrior these days and be very, very successful. But it's extremely good if you can deal a little bit of damage to him as you play him. If you run out Grommash and then I don't know, play like a Whirlwind or a Revenge or just something that can do damage to Grom, it becomes an 8 mana, 10 damage, 10 attack charge, you know. Extremely, extremely strong. So there's no legendary that I'd say you absolutely have to craft. I think that Ragnaros is probably the one that that you want to be going for. Where is he, man? I just typed Ragnar. There he is. If you got to pick one, just fucking craft Ragnaros. He fits into so much stuff. All right. Now, one more thing actually that I want to cover. We're actually rambling on quite a bit now, but whatever. One more thing I actually want to cover before we depart is, you know what? I'm just going to open up a bunch of packs right now. I'm going to open these. I want to cover deck building. Got a pretty good question on one of the previous videos that we uploaded to do with this series, talking about, you know, these videos really help, but I'm not quite sure when I collect my gold and when I open packs and stuff like that, is there a certain deck that I should be going for? How do I know which deck to start building for? And yada yada yada, you know? There's no real concrete answer to that. It kind of depends what you enjoy. I'd say don't really go ham with crafting, especially for like a couple of months, like I say, until you know the game a bit better. Until you know what style of Hearthstone you like to play, or maybe you face an opponent's deck and it seems really cool and you wanna play that shit as well, you know? You've just got to kind of figure it out for yourself to an extent. Alright, decent cards. Also, when you disenchant, you can disenchant golden cards for a bonus amount as well, so that's something to bear in mind. But for example, the easier decks to craft are the aggressive decks, right? If you just want to craft a deck quickly and fairly easily, I'd probably choose like Hunter or Zoo Warlock. Which others would I say? Is mid-range Shaman relatively easy? Yeah. I think like mid-range Shaman, aggressive Hunter, that kind of shit. It's really not that hard to go ahead and have those decks crafted. Can I actually just go into crafting here and then just show how easy it is to start building one of these decks? Okay, so for example, let's just do this right now, right? I'm not recommending that you guys do anything like this, but because this is my free-to-play account, I really don't give too much of a damn. So I'm just going to hit done there. I'm going to go into crafting. I'm going to go show only golden cards. Okay. So I'm just going to disenchant that, because we just don't really need that. It's not a very good rare anyway, that card. I mean, it's not terrible if your deck is lacking a lot of stuff, but... Alright, so we have our Hunter deck here. We're missing a lot of stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and craft a bunch of stuff, right? And we're just going to literally improve the deck so fucking much by doing this. Fiery Bat. One of the best 1-drops right now going for Hunter. We're just going to create a couple of these. You want to be getting these though through packs, right? You want to be getting these through packs. This is what you should be doing. Like, give it a couple of months of playing. A couple of months. You're going to have a lot more dust than like 200 arcane dust to be crafting stuff with. You're going to be able to afford to do a lot more stuff than what I'm doing here. King's Elk, really good card as well. But it's not quite as good as Savannah Hyman. Fantastic fucking 6-drop here. One of the best in the game. Let's just close that. Is there anything else I can disenchant? Let's have a little poke and prod around. You know what? Bloodsilk says, see ya. Get rid of him. He's gone. What the hell else are we gonna get? What the hell else do we get? Not quite sure what the fuck else when we pull out now. Maybe we go with... Yeah, just another King's Elk. Did I already get my King's Elk? Well, fuck it. So now we can actually drop Arcane Shot, because that is just suboptimal clear. Timberwolf is also not very good. We can get 2 Fiery Bats in there now, so we've already improved the deck an obscene fucking amount. We can get rid of the Reckless Rocketeer, because it's just not very good. We can drop... Honestly, maybe we just drop another Timberwolf. Nah, let's just drop a Raptor. So now we've got basically King's Elk as like a Raptor, but it has a chance to draw you a card. Reveal a minion in each deck if yours costs more. Draw it. We just include that in the deck. And we can throw a Hyman in there as well. We've just improved the deck quality there so fucking much, right? And if you want to check out what the current just best performing decks are, I'd say just watch live streams. Watch live streams. A lot of streamers just have the deck lists on the screen. You can go on websites like Hearthporn, just hearthpwn.com or .co.uk or whatever it is, .com I think. And you can just look up what decks are highly rated on there. Check them out. Pick a deck list that suits you. Fix on one. I think aggro, like aggressive decks that are just slightly lower in mana curve, as you can see here, are much more easy to go ahead and build, as opposed to something like Reno Lock, for example, which requires a ton of legendaries, and you've got to do adventures and stuff like that. As far as adventures go, just to wrap this video up, you basically only want to be doing the most recent adventure at this point, right? Or at least you want to start out by doing that. League of Explorers is going to be rotating out of the standard format soon, so it's not really going to be that relevant for much longer. I think it's going to be like, I think it's got 6 or 7 months left in it. So you just want to basically do Karazhan if you do this. And as you can see here, we're going to get like a little RP moment. Yeah, blah blah blah. Invitation to Karazhan, okay. Okay, alright man. Sim. Okay, sick. Look at this for example, right? You get sick cards like this. If I just right click on the chest here, or left click on this chest here, you can buy these with gold or with real money. I just always use gold on these. I'm at a point now where I can just save all of my gold because I have enough cards to make the decks that I want. So I just save all my gold for like a month, and it allows me to just afford a new adventure. Basically as soon as it comes out, right? Check this out though. Cloaked Huntress. Sick hunter card. This is the kind of shit that you want in your aggressive hunter deck, right? You're going to have a bunch more secrets. Play out a Cloaked Huntress and you can just play a bunch of secrets absolutely for free. Sick, crazy cards in adventures like that. Go a little bit further up. The Kindly Grandmother, another brilliant hunter card. This is the kind of thing that you want to do. If I want to be playing an aggressive hunter, I need to be going through the adventures and just checking out all of the cards that are, you know, applicable to my deck, right? None of those are. Not really bothered about those. What about these ones? Okay, not really asked about these ones either. What does this guy give? Enchanted Raven and a Firelands Portal. But there's definitely 2 really good wings of Five Nights in Karazhan for Hunter. So scout ahead a little bit. Check out the adventures. See if any of the cards are really relevant to the deck list that you want. Again, websites like Hearthstone, you can just check where you get cards from by just researching the cards on the website. There's a lot of good information on there. I definitely recommend that website if you want to check that out. But yeah, I think we just about covered everything, right? We just about covered everything. I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is maybe eventually at some point, I may or may not, give it like a week from now, and I might make another episode just to catch you guys up with how this free-to-play account is going. I probably won't be playing it a huge amount more, but I like to show you the kind of progress that you can get done in just 1 week. I might play a lot of my hunter deck and just see how we go with that, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just really try and focus on building the hunter deck. If things like the solo adventures, for example Karazhan, seem like too expensive or whatever, like, oh my god, I've got to save up 700 gold for each wing, consider that we've already established in a previous video that you can easily be making 80 or 90 gold a day, quite comfortably. That's 1 wing of an adventure every like 8 days or something, you know. It's not too unreasonable. It's really not too unreasonable when you think about it. Which is why I give myself like a month just to save up for an upcoming adventure. I'd recommend that you do the same. Next time Blizzard announce that an adventure's coming out, give yourself a month to just prepare, to just farm gold and just get ready to buy it with gold. It's much easier to do it that way. And hell, it's a lot nicer than spending real money anyways. But that's going to be about it, guys. I hope that you all enjoyed the series so far. This might be the last episode that we put up of just this free-to-play mini-series. And I hope that you did enjoy it, and I hope that it's got you to give Hearthstone a good go. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day now. Good luck in Hearthstone. And I'm going to catch all you guys a tad bit later. Remember, you can support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and checking out our Patreon page, which is always linked below in the description. So cheers again, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Fucking the guys are spam healing him. Kill! Execution sentence. We won the video game.